It doesn't matter what you're feeling right now. It's valid, and it's not stupid to feel this way. It doesn't matter what's your reason of feeling sad, embarrassed, ashamed, jealous, or whatever negative emotions that you're feeling. It is valid. Maybe it's your coworker that made some stupid jokes about you. Maybe it's your parents that said some mindless things to you. Or maybe it's some guy that you met on Tinder ghosted you. It doesn't matter what the reason is. Your emotions is valid. And I'm here to tell you why. Hello guys, my name is Jasmin and welcome back to my channel. So first of all, there is no such thing as you shouldn't feel this way. Because if you feel it, you feel it, and it's your emotion and it's valid. So if anybody tries to invalidate your feeling by saying that, oh, you're so sensitive, you're so dramatic, you're so emotional, well, fuck these people because they don't respect you. And who are they to tell you how are you supposed to feel anyway? And if you are the one that is telling yourself or judging yourself like, oh, it's so stupid to feel this way. Oh, I'm so weak to cry over someone that don't give a shit about me. Oh, I'm so stupid to feel sad about some jokes he made about me, which is probably the case most of the time. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not stupid, and I'm gonna explain why. You might assume that embracing your own emotions should come very naturally because it's your emotions. But how many times when you feel something, you just brush it off? You just brush off your feelings because you think it's a waste of time, because you think it's unimportant, because you think it's stupid, because it's too painful to look at. But the problem with you trying to invalidate your feeling or judging your own feeling is that you never handle these feelings. And instead you bury it deep down inside you, hoping that these feelings would just disappear as time goes by. But guys, a thing buried is still a thing. It's not gonna disappear, and same with your emotions. And I get that why you're doing this. I get that because if you think your emotions is stupid, the only way for you to deal with this is to not feel anything at all, because you don't want to feel stupid. So then you try to distract yourself. You get yourself so busy. You post all these photos on Instagram like you're enjoying your life, but deep down there is excruciating pain, sadness that you've chosen to ignore. And time can only make you forget these feelings temporarily until the next thing, the next person show up in your life and trigger something in you. And the pain will comes up again and be like, hi, I'm here. I was never gone. And again, this happened because you invalidate your feelings since the very beginning. So you never get to understand what is the reason that caused you pain. Why is it that something that he said or he did that hurt you? So I want to share a little bit about my story. I am a highly sensitive person and also a very vulnerable person, and I talked about this my journey as a highly sensitive person in other videos already, so I'm not gonna go into details about that. But growing up as a highly sensitive person, I tend to feel things more stronger than others. And so as a kid, I felt hurt or triggered very easily, but I didn't know what that feeling was. I didn't know what was that thing, and I didn't feel understood by the adults around me. So the way I handle it is basically build an identity that was completely opposite to my true self, which is someone that is cold-blooded and someone who cannot be hurt by anybody. And I actually feel like feelings are stupid, and me as a human being are not supposed to feel anything. And see, that was my coping mechanism before I was even aware of that is a coping mechanism. It was formed so naturally, and which is the case for probably everybody. And so in my teenage year or in my early 20s, I was perceived as a cold-blooded person. And that was included like my family, or people that are very, very close to me. And that was also how I perceived myself. And so whenever someone said things that hurt me, for example, I would just brush it off and just keep going and bury the feelings deep inside me. That was most of the time. And sometimes I did cry, but when I cry, it's more like a physical reaction, like because you're under so much pain, so naturally you cry. But even when I was crying, like I refused to admit that someone hurt me, someone hurt my feeling. And I just never really tried to understand my emotions. And because deep down, I believe that it is stupid to have feelings. So whenever I have feelings, if I chose to deal with that, then I must be stupid because I shouldn't be able to feel anything. And so after I cried my heart out in my room, the next day I would always just acted completely normal and pretending like I was fine, I wasn't hurt. And so people around me will keep treating me the same way and communicating with me in the same way, making stupid jokes about me in the same way, and disrespecting me in the same way because I never communicate my feelings with them. And why is that? Because I invalidate my own feelings since the very beginning. I told myself it's stupid to feel this way, so don't feel it at all. And so I was living in this cycle like years after years. I feel something, I bury it, and then I keep going until the next person show up and say something or do something to me that triggers, and then bury it and keep going on and repeat. And I can only end this cycle when I finally started to embrace my feelings. Because for me, it's like by recognizing my own feelings, I get to understand myself better. I get to understand my strength and weakness. And so now I know what to be improved on. Now I know what's a problem to fix here. And that's how I finally ended the cycle. But again, I can only do this, and you can only end the cycle by really the first step, validating your feeling. Stop judging yourself for feeling this way. By embrace it all, by allowing yourself to feel it all. Because like the thing about emotions is that you feel things because of the way you grow up, because the way you were treated, because the trauma, because basically everything that you have experienced ever since you were born. So what might trigger you might not trigger me. What makes me happy doesn't make you happy. So what makes you feel sad might not make me feel sad. And that's okay. So say there's this girl that grew up in a very supportive, loving environment. And maybe when someone ghosted her, for example, she might not feel hurt at all. She might just go on with her life because she knows she is valuable. And being ghosted does not make her less valuable. But this wouldn't be the same for someone that grew up in a very toxic or abusive environment. And same when people say things about your body. Like for me, when I was struggling with my eating disorder, when I see food or people that are skinny or fit, these things trigger me so much. But for others, probably they see food as food. They see people as people, and certain body type will not trigger them. And this is not to say that people have the right to ghost you or people are right to make jokes about your body. No, but since when do we have control over that? So please stop blaming or judging yourself or even comparing your own feelings with others, because we as human beings are different. We have different life journeys. We have different experiences, and it is these experiences that shape our reactions toward things, tragedy, chaos, jokes, people. And instead, I want you to approach your feelings with curiosity instead of judgment. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Because that's how you get to understand yourself better. Like, why do I feel sad about him ghosting me? Okay, maybe I was feeling lonely. Okay, why am I feeling lonely? Oh, maybe I don't like my life right now. Or maybe I don't have friends that I feel truly connected with right now. Okay, how can I find friends that I truly connect with? Maybe I can join a club. Maybe I can, go to do some volunteering, find some people that have the same interest with me. Or, like, why do I dislike that random girl on TikTok? Maybe because she is doing the things I actually wanted to do, but I never have the courage to do. Okay, so why don't I have the courage to do this? Maybe I was scared. Maybe because I don't know how to do it. Okay, so how do I find the resource for me to start making videos like that, making contents like that? Or like, why do I feel hurt about his joke about my body or his comments about my body? Maybe it's because I don't like my body, or maybe because I don't feel confident about my body. Okay, now how do I like my body more? Do I need to embrace my body, or do I need to go to the gym? Do I need to start doing workouts? I don't know, whatever. But this is how you started to figure out the problem. But again, the first step is, why do I feel something? And that feel is so important. That feel is how you understand yourself better. And why is it so important to understand yourself? Because you work so hard every day, right? You go to work, you hustle, whatever. But for what? Do you ever really ask yourself, what is this for? Maybe all this time you are chasing the wrong thing. Like for me, for example, for a long time I thought I wasn't fit enough. The problem is me not being fit enough. So I did like crazy workout every single day. But the problem wasn't my body. My body was fine. My body was beautiful. The problem is I was caring so much about other people's opinion. And the same, like, you work so hard every single day to maybe get a promotion at work. But is it really the title that you are chasing for? Or maybe you actually, what you're looking for is other people's validation or other people's admiration. Maybe the entire time you are chasing the wrong problem because you didn't recognize your own feelings and you don't understand yourself at all. And so the more you start to recognize your feeling, the more you start validating your feeling, the more you get to really connect with yourself and see like if what you're doing right now align with what you actually want in life. And yeah, so back to my point, whatever you're feeling right now, it's valid, okay? And I always feel like it's so painful for me to see people keep judging themselves for what they feel, because I think it's already very sad when you are being hurt by someone, for example, and then you are the one making the situation even worse by keep telling yourself, oh, you're so stupid by feeling this way. That's just make everything even worse. So yeah, in case nobody's telling you it's okay to feel this way, and it's not stupid at all. And I hope that you get to follow what I talked about in this video and get to understand yourself better. So when people do the same thing to you again, or say the same thing to you again, which is going to happen, you will not feel triggered again, because you actually solved the problem and you actually deal with your own probably insecurities or trauma. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my videos today. And I really, really appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Bye now.